Yes, Basil, nice rack.
Morning guys, happy Saturday. The day's finally come to pick up my pallet rack. The postage ended up being a fair bit more, and so it's my nephew's birthday today, so I'm totally gonna get my pallet rack. Oh, look at that! Yeah! Sorry. So I'm totally gonna get my pallet rack on the way there, and we'll show you guys that, and we'll unload it tomorrow. And yeah, hope you guys are well. We'll see you then. Again. Oh. Alrighty, I'll probably get out of this joint because I'm frothing over this factory. I want it for myself. Yeah, get out of this joint. Probably go get a coffee. Birthday party's in like heaps of time, so I can do whatever I want. So yeah.
Smiley face.
Having a good time?
Yes,
At the kids' cooking party? It's pretty cool.
We'd like to send you home not only with the cake that you made, but a memory of his party by keeping the chef hats and aprons.
Alright, that was a quick time lapse of me moving all my old shit. So yeah, this is the space I'm working with. All my stuff's there and there. Anyway, so what you're gonna get, these are the two, you got 3 packages. These are the 2 pieces on the end. Either side, either end, if you can picture that. Alright, so I'll cut the bubble wrap off that. There should be 2 of them. It's supposed to be powder coated, but we'll be the judge of that in a second. It's basically 2 roll formed looking channels with slots in them, and that's where you can select the height of your shelves. They should have some pretty big base plates, and then obviously these are just the diagonal structure bit that joins the 2 rails. So I'll have a look, huh? Just looking at it now, first time I've unwrapped it. It's about, well, it's exactly 2 meters, so to give you a look at the size, it's about there. They come interlocked oppositely, so the feet will be at opposite ends, so when you open it, you want to switch them around before you start assembling. And the powder coating is pretty thin. It's kind of, if you're doing it inside like me, just make sure you don't rub it up against the wall, because yeah, it'll come off. But anyway, you do get what you pay for, and I just wanted this really quick, otherwise I would have built it myself. So if that would annoy you, don't get this one. Now the feet, they're made out of like 1.6mm flat with 2 holes, probably like 60 by 70 by 50 squared. If you're doing it inside like me, I would suggest putting a stronger base plate around it so you don't damage the carpet, but otherwise if you're doing it in a shed, that will be totally cool. And voila, got the beams. If you do get this one, unless the instructions are in the last box, I'm 100% sure it comes with no instructions. Those 2 hooks that you see facing down there are what go in these holes and get pulled down, and that's what supports the whole beam. First tip, if you're doing it yourself, it's going to be pretty hard, so if you've got someone around, definitely get them to help. It's the first 2 that'll be hard, and then once it's freestanding, you can just clip them in. So that's how they go in, like that. They lock in, and it also comes with a supplied tech screw hole. I'm actually working up a sweat, because it is like 30 degrees today, but working in a small space really challenges like the way you move and stuff. But anyway, up to the bottom shelf. I know that one's not square, but I'm waiting to load up what I use because I'm thinking about putting my vinyl cutter here as like a bench type of thing. And so I'm just going to adjust one by one when I know what I'm going to use. For the bottom, I'm gonna, now that I'm at the bottom, what I'm gonna do is put one of the boxes in and figure out what height I need to slide them out nicely, and that's where I'll put the shelves in and it'll work out heaps good. Alright, let's open this last box. This will be the platforms that go from the back to the front of the beam. What you will be resting your boxes on. Okay, they look alright. Well, okay, they're pretty light duty, to be honest. That feels very light, but they're rated at 600, so I'll take their word for it. It's gosh, it's like under 1 mil base there with some roll form stiffeners. Alrighty, so the beams are in, and you should have them all facing recess, which will keep the shelves in. So now that that's happened, you can now grab the shelf. Oh, it's hard to do one-handed. Yeah, grab the shelf. Now that's done. I was talking about tech screws before, which you still can do, but at the bottom of the bag, I mean the bottom of the box, is these things here, and they're like little locking pins which go in the front where these holes are. They just go in like that. Well, there's no instructions, so I assume that's how they go. Once you do that, you're pretty much done, except if it's not in the right place, like I need to move mine over, obviously move it before you load it up. Did we make it pretty quick?
Yeah.
Surprisingly?
Yeah, you made it very good.
Yeah, and hey Evie, so you like it? Looks good in the bedroom?
Yeah. It's deep.
You reckon you want one? Thanks Eve. Rubbish.
Yeah.
What do you reckon Uncle Jesse's going to put on there? Oi.
Maybe wash it with a blanket.
Yeah?
Yep. How about for on this shelf?
What about, yeah, I know what you're trying to say.
How about put all of that?
What about this one?
No.
Too high for you to get.
Yeah, I'll get it down here. But if I will have play with her while I'm waiting for you to finish vacuuming, I can just grab her
Okay.
and play with her. Where is she now?
She's on holidays. She's in France at the moment. She's coming back soon, okay?
Okay.
It's pretty much finished. I don't want to load it up yet. It's taken me 47 minutes to put it together with, you know, recording and cameras and stuff in a small space, so it's probably going to take you like 20 to 30 minutes. Before I load it up though, I'm going to go to Home Hardware and get some feet to go on the bottom of these before they dig into the carpet. And also I'm hungry, so let's get some fried chicken. Hello?
Okay.
Yep, can I please have 4 pieces of delicious original recipe legs?
Yep.
And that's it, thank you.
Just when you're ready.
Thank you. So good. That's cured my hunger in one mouthful. Alright. Drop my phone. Just brought you guys down to the hardware store to get the legs. Most hardware stores will have like a free kindling wood box, which is this here. If you can People looking at me funny because I'm talking to myself, but yeah, the stuff here I'm gonna use to pack the pack the things out a bit, pack the feet. Oh, that will do. Would that be better? That'll do. Alright guys, that's pretty much it. It's all set up. I've got a heap of stuff in there, like all my stock, the vinyl cutter, some factory stuff because I don't have a shed yet, more factory stuff, and just everything I use for filming. So I think it's pretty good. As far as a review goes, it's pretty sturdy. For 140 bucks, it's really good because I probably couldn't make it for that cheap, and it took roughly 47 minutes to put together. If I wasn't filming, it would be more like 30, and it does exactly what I want it to. So without bagging it out too much, my gosh, nature's beautiful. Without bagging it out too much, I'm really happy. But if you were going to pick and you were looking for something a bit better, I would firstly either build one yourself or go with a bit fancier one. Well, the first thing I realised is, which I did expect, that all this powder coating is extremely thin and not very good. It normally doesn't scratch when you just put a plastic suitcase past it. So that would be the first thing that I pick. The second would be, if you're going to put a shelf directly in the middle where there's only one of these across, there's no recess allowed for this gusset that comes up. So your little pin, it won't make it in there because there's a bit of steel behind there. That would be the second thing. And the shelves are pretty thin, but what it is, if you're only looking to get some stuff off the ground like I was, totally worth it. So I'll put the link in the description for where I got it, but you'll probably just search into Google for cheap pallet racking or whatever, just like I did, and you'll get something like this. Takes about, I don't know, 10 minutes to clean up, just for all the boxes and stuff that it comes in. This middle shelf, not really a storage area, but the vinyl I'm gonna make just sit back here somewhere so I can actually do vinyl stuff here. And yeah, well, that's pretty much it, guys. I hope you liked the video, and if you did, maybe hit the like button for us, and maybe subscribe, and next Sunday my next review video will be out. Thanks for watching. See ya.